the audacity to lie in the eyes of God on the steps of a church. I was like, it cannot get worse in Barcelona. It did. It did.
I go around and I go around and I go around, I go around. I'm always out, I am always out, I am always out, I'm always out. I keep running so I don't have to go.
Hello. So, if you have not seen my video last 2 days ago, I think 2 days ago, I kind of explained where I was because I wasn't present for the entire month of November and I disappeared like pretty halfway through the month of October. So if you want to know what happened, everything's explained over there. But part of my November, I did take a little trip that I'm going to talk about like the whole idea behind it in my 2025 wrap up, because it's like it is something that I wanted, that I've been like working towards, but it was also caused by something else that happened to me earlier this year, and it got like kind of pushed by something that did happen to me like in October. Like I knew I wanted to take this trip, but that was like the catalyst that really made me like sit down and plan it. And am I happy that that thing happened? Not really. Once again, if you want to know what happened, you can go watch my little life updates that no one ever asked for, but you're gonna get anyways video. And today we're basically just gonna talk about the trip that I took. I wasn't really sure if I wanted to vlog while I was traveling, but then I was like, no, I fully want to like immerse myself in the culture. I fully just want to be here, have fun, and experience things, and then I can just talk about it at home with like little pictures. Like I want to be present. I don't want to think of my content because I don't want to like see my entire trip through like a camera lens, right? Like I want to have it in my head, and obviously I'm going to take pictures, right? But I don't want to be like, okay, like what's the best angle? How do I film this? It's like, no, I want to experience, I want to have fun. So if you're new here, my name is Mila. I make everything from postgrad, I cannot count on my hands, postgrad, lifestyle, bookish type content, and we also delve into, some songs, some TV shows, some movies. Just wait to see what's coming for you guys in the month of December when it comes to like songs and movies. I am unfortunately forcing myself to watch the entire backlog category, I don't know, of Netflix original Christmas movies because I hate myself. No, but I was like, it could be something fun to do, just to like comment on them all and watch them all because they're so bad. So yeah, definitely get excited for that. And without further ado, let's just go like right into this like trip. So I want today to be really just like, you're a friend, we're catching up over coffee, and I'm like telling you about everything that happened, because basically so much bad happened, so much good happened, but so much bad happened. Also, I think I'm allergic to a certain type of food, and that isn't really what you would like to find out while you're on vacation. I didn't have a crazy reaction or anything, thank God, but I was like, if something bad happened, I don't want to find out if my travel insurance covers it, Anyways, grab a snack, grab a drink, sit down, and get cozy, because I'm going to talk about this little 2-week trip that I did. Yeah, it's like 2 weeks. You can be like, okay, she didn't really do a lot. Oh no, girl, I did 5 cities. I was like, how can I pack in as much as I can in these 2 weeks? And I did. So yeah, let's hop right into it. I left Montreal on November 4th. I got back. I'm filming this on Friday. I got back Tuesday the 18th. Jet lag has nothing on me because it's like night and I'm here lively and filming. No, but like I do wake up at like 5:30 in the morning, because 5:30 in the morning for me is like 11:30 in like Western Europe. But yes, so my first destination was Madrid. Okay, let's like preface this entire thing. I was like, I want to challenge myself to solo travel. And if you watched my little postgrad diary, I think it's episode, I want to say 3, either episode 2 or episode 3, I talk about solo traveling because I kind of wanted to test it out like in Canada where I live, and just go to a different city to be like, okay, can I actually do this by myself? Like, do I need people? Am I going to be fine being alone? And I was fine. And after that, I was like, you know what? I can see myself going to London and just like, having fun in London alone. Like, yes, I know London is like really expensive, but I was like, in terms of like safety, I know the language, right? I can communicate extremely well because obviously like some Anglophone is my first language. And yeah, like there's no language barrier. It feels safe. Like if something were to happen, like I can very easily communicate. Even though I obviously like do sound North American, it's still English, right? That was what I wanted. I was actually gonna go stay at like my mom's cousin's place. That was the easy part of the trip. That was like the ideal, oh my god, to be amazing if this happens. That did not happen. I did not go to London or to to the UK, and that actually really made me mad because, you know, I was like, that was the whole thing that I wanted. You know, I challenged myself to solo travel in Toronto. Yes, I spent a lot of money there, and it's like, if I didn't go, I probably could have afforded to go to London, but then also like I knew I needed that. I don't know, it's like my brain, I was like so mad because I was like, I didn't necessarily want to go to Madrid, I didn't necessarily want to go to Paris, like I wanted to go to London. I really wanted to do London because I've never been, and then it doesn't happen. So yeah, I was like pretty frustrated. Yeah, that was like the main idea behind this entire trip. I went to a bunch of amazing other cities and I had a lot of fun. I feel like this video is going to be like jumping from here and there, and I'm so sorry, but once again, this is like we're chit-chatting over coffee, catching up, and I'm telling you what's been going on in my life. So I ended up going to Madrid, Valencia, Barcelona, Toulouse, and then Paris. So I started off in Madrid. I stayed there for I think like a full week. And okay, so I feel like so many people are like, I love Barcelona, it's so fun, it's so like casual. Well, okay, like not casual in a bad way, but I mean like more chill, right? It's more chill, it's not big city, and people just find it more fun. Honestly, I've been to Barcelona, like I went 3 years ago. I also like passed by on this trip, but I love Madrid. Like there was just something about Madrid that was better, like for me personally, than Barcelona. And I don't know if it's because like I come from like a relatively big city, that having the big city vibe of Madrid, especially like Gran Via, when you pass by and it's like, oh my god, this feels like it did not feel like my little Montreal like big city vibe, but it felt like it could be like New York. And I have a friend who, like the friend who I went to see over there, she's been to New York, and she was like, it's kind of like the New York of Spain. So very like big city, super busy. It was busier than like the city that I was in, so it was kind of like, I wouldn't say overwhelming, but it was like, oh my god, wow. But it also wasn't like, oh my god, this is like too crazy. And I definitely see that Barcelona, it's more chill, but I don't know, like Madrid is, I really like Madrid. I don't know if it's because I spend like more time there and I kind of like had my own like little routine, because as I mentioned, my friend is doing her master's there, so she has class, she has to study and things like that. So even though I was like with someone, there was a huge like solo travel aspect. Like basically the entire day I was alone, and then I would meet her at like 5, 6, and then weekends I would see her at like 3 because she had to study, right? So yes, I was with someone, but I was also like solo traveling a lot. So I don't know if I had like my own routines. I kind of like discovered the city more by myself than like with someone, being guided around by someone. That made me like it more than Barcelona, because Barcelona, it was my friend who was over there that kind of like guided me around and brought me to places. And I also spend less time there, so I don't know if it's that, but honestly, like Barcelona, it's beautiful. Don't get me wrong, the Gothic quarter is absolutely gorgeous, but there's something about Madrid. But yeah, Madrid, I like fully immersed myself in like the museums, the culture, and everything. And guys, Spanish food, the amount of times we ate croquetas, oh my god, those patatas bravas, best thing ever. If you have not gone to Spain yet, please go try the food, it's amazing. But no, yeah, I fully embraced myself in the culture. I was like, I'm in Spain, I'm gonna like fully, I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna do absolutely everything. I'm gonna link down below everything that I did in these cities, so if you're thinking about like going to these cities, you have a little like itinerary. So Madrid, I went to like the big 3 museums. You have the Prado museum, the Reina Sofia, and also the Thyssen something else museum. I don't remember, like Thyssen Bor something. The Prado museum, you cannot take pictures. And you know, initially I thought it was like, okay, just like no flash, but no, like you cannot take pictures. And honestly, I kind of really like that. Like all museums that I've been to, it's like, yeah, you can take pictures, just no flash. I liked it because I feel like I could be more immersed in the experience, you know? It's like I wasn't thinking of like, oh, what could be cool on my story, or okay, everyone is like taking pictures of this, I should also. It's like, no, like you walk around, you fully just like, you are present, right? You're just present, you're there. And I really like that museum. And I was talking with my friends, like both my friends who I saw were French, and I was like, you know what, between the Louvre and the Prado museum, I kind of think that the Prado museum is better. Like the Louvre, obviously it has the like chambers, it has the statues. Prado does kind of have statues, but if it was just like art itself, like minus the chambers, minus everything extra that the Louvre has, I honestly think that the Prado museum is like, it's better. And I feel like that's such like an unpopular opinion, because obviously everyone is like, oh, the Louvre in Paris, it's like beautiful, it's like you know, this museum over there, no one talks about the Prado Museum, but I swear to God, I think it's so much better. That is like my hot take of this video. The Prado Museum in Madrid is better than the Louvre in Paris. But yeah, I love that museum. But no, yeah, there was that museum. I'm pretty sure you guys like know this painting from Picasso. I'll put a picture, like I feel like I'm gonna put pictures here of everything that I talk about, so we have like a little visual. I saw Guernica in person, and there's just something like, I wouldn't call it haunting, but there's something like so beautiful from seeing it. And it's so much bigger than you would realize. It's basically like the entire wall. You just have that painting. You know, like obviously you know that this is like the remains of, I forget if it was like bomb or a war. I remember I studied it at school, and it like really showed like the death and like the suffering and all that. I wouldn't call it haunting, but you can really, you just like feel it when you're seeing it in person. That's at the Reina Sofia Museum. And yeah, it was a full wall. It was like, oh my God, wow. It's like, you know how when you see the Mona Lisa for the first time, it's like underwhelming because you're like, it's so much smaller than I expected. Seeing Guernica, I was like, oh my God, wow. It's like overwhelming because it's so much bigger than I expected. Honestly, that was like a big wow moment for me. And then at the Thyssen Museum, there wasn't anything like super specific that they're like known for, but I was like, you know what, like I just want to go, because I think it was raining that day, and I was like, well shit, I don't want to be outside. And guys, okay, little like travel tip, there's this site called Head Out. I'm gonna link it down below. I bought all my tickets through Head Out because they were so much cheaper than buying them on the side of all these places, especially in Madrid. So much cheaper. And for like 40 euros I got a pass to all three museums, and I forget how much money it saved me, but I ended up paying less buying like a deal for all three museums than if I were to do like all three museums like separately. So definitely use Head Out, and then every time you book a ticket, you get like 10% off. Like every time you make a purchase, okay, 10% off for the next one. If you're doing multiple things on like in your trip or going to multiple cities, wow, like yeah, it's maybe like 2 euros here, 4 euros there, but like it does add up, right? So definitely use Head Out, link down below. This isn't sponsored or anything, I just like truly love them. And oh my God, I went to like the Royal Palace in Spain. Beautiful. I'm gonna insert some pictures right over here. Absolutely beautiful. I was walking there, right, and I see the line, oh my God, so long, and I was like, there's no way I'm waiting in this line. But I bought the ticket for this day, and I was like, ugh. So I get closer and I see, okay, like this is a line with tickets, this is a line without, and the massive line was without tickets. And I'm like there in my little line with tickets, or maybe like 5 people, and these 2 girls come up to me and they're like, oh, you know, where did you buy your tickets? Because we looked online, they were sold out. And I was like, use Head Out. And they were like, oh my God, what is that? And I told them like, I literally discovered it last night, and I got my tickets for like much cheaper than on the site. I hope that these girls ended up getting in, but I told them about it, I told my friends about it, I told my friends about it. You know, like it's something that I did tell people to use, so I truly will be using Head Out like every time that I travel, and they use it for like a bunch of different cities. So definitely if you take one thing from this video, Head Out. But yeah, those are the 3 museums. And guys, I have my little thing, right? Like we probably all know by now that I was an engineering major, I graduated, I have my little ring. We're getting kind of ahead of ourselves, but I wanted to go to Toulouse basically just for this like one museum on like planes, because the Airbus headquarters is in Toulouse. You know, like it's more like engineering museum. It's not like, because art is beautiful, I love art museums, but I was like, it's more me, you know, kind of like started looking for like what type of museums can I go see that it's not particularly art, it's like something else that's more like engineering, more like building and stuff like that. I found a naval museum, like literally a 5-minute walk from the Prado Museum, right? And it was free. So I was like, okay, you know what? Like, let's just go in. I loved it. I had so much fun. That was one of my favorite things in Madrid. Like, it's basically the entire history of the Spanish Navy. I found it so cool, and it's free. So if you are looking for something to do, definitely go by. Like, you don't lose anything. Yeah, you have like basically from the discovery of like North America all the way to like wars and like the military, I was gonna say planes, military ships, like you see from like the first ship, and then when you have the engines and everything like that. And my little like nerdy thing was like, oh my God, I'm seeing like a boat engine. I found it so cool. and you have just like the ships that are like built. It's like models of ships. Oh no, like I mean, I found that so cool. I found that so much fun. And you see these like little like tools for like navigation that I don't know if other like school systems see it, but we saw that when we saw the discovery of North America. Truly do not know the words in English, but all these like navigational tools that are connected to the stars, and like you with the I don't know how to explain it, but it was so cool and I loved it. It was so much fun. Like yeah, so basically the big like touristy things that I did with the museums was the palace. I didn't get to go to the park. That makes me so mad because we just didn't have time. It's like I loved Madrid so much. Like I definitely would go back because like yeah, I saw the museums, I got the vibes, but I feel like there's so much that I didn't do. And the food, as I mentioned, the food was absolutely great. We went to this little like market, the mercado San Miguel, I think. I could be completely wrong. Basically, the concept over there, I loved it. It was like a big market. It was like indoors in the sense that it was like a building, right? And there were these like little stands, but then there were like tables and you could get wine, just go around buying the food that you want. And guys, you get a very generous portion of wine for like €4. Also, I probably should not be showing this on YouTube, but my friend and I were like, well, no one's gonna stop us from taking a glass because like who knows that we're like taking glasses. I have my little glass from the market. Okay, when I say like generous portion, basically you have until the top of this paper of like wine, which we love. Food is cheap, wine is cheap, and they're both so good. So honestly, Madrid, we love Madrid. I also went out with some of my friends' and super cute, super fun. Basically, Madrid, everything like works out perfectly. And I was like, you know, I'm saving so much money. The metro, oh my god, so well connected. And 10 metro passes, it's like €7. And I was like, I'm doing good, I'm doing great. I'm like under budget from what I expected to be, but that changed very fast. But I was like, I'm under budget. I love this. And oh my god, Madrid has like the cutest thing ever. I'm not gonna tell you what I wish for, but basically they have this like Tienda de los desos, right? And it's this little like wish store where you go in, you write your wish on a little piece of paper, you attach it to some furniture in the store. You're gonna get the concept from the picture or from the video. I don't know what I'm gonna put, but I'm gonna put something for like a visual. You do that, and then when you leave the store, you ring a little bell and your wish like comes true. I'm not gonna tell you what I wish for. I will tell you if the wish comes true, basically. But I thought that was like so cute. You didn't have to pay or anything, and it's just like wholesome. It's just cute. And I was like, you know, if my wish comes true, I'm always gonna think of like Madrid. And it's like, yeah, I know, like if my wish comes true, it's not because I wrote it on a piece of paper in a store in like Madrid and I rang a bell. Like obviously I know that's not gonna make it like come true, but it's like if it does come true, I'll be like, oh my god, that was my wish at that store. So that was like super cute. I'm gonna write the address of the store in the description bar down below because I definitely recommend it. It's free, so you're not like wasting any money. And I wouldn't call it even a waste of money because it was like I would pay for that. I truly would pay for that. But that was cute. That actually was kind of one of my highlights also, because I'm like, it's not a touristy thing, it's just like a cute little fun thing. I had to take a little water break because I've been talking for 20 minutes and my throat got like so dry. I feel like those are pretty much the highlights because once again, Madrid, it was like the easiest city to be in. I had my friend there. I had like someone to go back to every single night. So that was when I was like, oh my god, I got this. This is gonna be like the easiest trip ever, the best trip ever. Nothing is gonna go wrong. Oh no, I was very wrong. But we come out of this like it's a learning experience, right? But we're getting ahead of ourselves because this was Madrid, and then we decided to do a little day trip to Valencia on Monday because it was like a holiday only in Madrid, not in Spain in general, only in Madrid. So my friend was like, you know what? I'm free. I'll come to Valencia with you. And I was like, oh my god, love that. But I thought that I'd be going alone. So when I bought my tickets, I bought a 6:45 a.m. train ticket because I was like, okay, I'm not going to be coming back when it's like pitch black at night, like late at night, to a train station I've only been in like earlier today. In Spain, I know Spanish, I can communicate, but I'm not like super fluent that like if something were to happen, I cannot like, you know, it's like I have to think about what I'm saying. I'm not like Spanish, right? So I was like, you know, get something like super early and then come back at like a reasonable time. So I had planned to be in Valencia for I think like 6 hours, but then when she was like, oh, I'll come also, I was like, you know what? I I could try to modify my ticket so we can come back later. One thing that, okay, one thing I learned, when you are booking train tickets, yes, we see sites like Eurorail or Rail Europe or like Omeo. Those are great, but also, I mean, okay, we are kind of getting ahead of ourselves, so I'm gonna wait for this for later. But basically, Omeo, I have so much beef with Omeo because I tried to contact them. My ticket was exchangeable, and I'm like, okay, great, I don't have to pay. So I go to exchange it, and it's like, oh, there's no availabilities. So I'm like, okay, the train is like completely full, but my friend was seeing open spots in this train, and I was like, huh, that's weird because it tells me no availabilities. So I call them and they're like, oh, it doesn't necessarily mean that. It's like the train, I don't know what the reasoning was, but basically just because the train has open seats does not mean that I can like exchange it for a seat on that train, even though it is exchangeable. And then online, when I was like, okay, like let me maybe try a different date, a different time, basically for the entire month of November I couldn't exchange my ticket, and it's like, what do you mean exchangeable? So I was like, you know what, whatever, like the new train was maybe like 40 euros. I was like, it's not the end of the world, you know, I'm not paying over 100 Canadian. It's fine, like it's not ideal, but like it's fine. And that's the first time that I had beef with like the train companies in Europe. But no, yeah, honestly, I was like, I'm not gonna go with Omeo because you're gonna see later on when I was like going to Barcelona, I realized that it's so much easier to just go with like the actual train companies, and then if you have connecting trains, figure it out yourself, because Omeo, it's their customer service like hard to get into contact with them, and also it's like it's refundable but it's not refundable, and it's just like it's just hard. So I don't know about like the other companies that are just like overall trains in Europe, but personally I learned that I'll be going with the in French the SNCF in Spain, either the Irio or the what's it called, the Renfe, I don't know how you pronounce it, AVE, I don't know that part, but like those I would like actually go to like that site because it's also cheaper on those sites. But anyways, alas, we end up leaving Madrid at 6:30 and we get to Valencia. It is beautiful. It is so beautiful. Like, it's not a city that I would solo travel to because it's not like Madrid where it's like art and culture and you visit. It's just like vibes. It's more like Barcelona in that sense, but with like less. Actually, it is like very similar to Barcelona where it's like, yeah, there are these things to visit and it's all like a certain type of like architecture. It's like, it's not like a Paris where it's like you take like a lot of time to explore it. It's not like Madrid where it's the same thing. It's like, you know, like I would go back to Valencia, but I wouldn't spend over 3 days there, right? It's just like very chill. We go out, we drink, we eat, we party, but I'm not gonna go there for the culture, right? Guys, Valencia has this one drink, Agua de Valencia. It's gin, vodka, orange juice, and cava, or basically like just sparkling wine. It is the best thing ever. It's so good. I want to try like recreating it here, like back home. I just know that like with their oranges and their cava, it's gonna taste so much better than anything that I could make at home. But I've literally been telling all my friends, like, guys, just wait until I make you agua de Valencia because you have to try what I tried. It's so good. You're gonna love it. Just like hear me out. It's not gonna be as good as it was over there, but it's still gonna be so good. I'm obsessed. Like, I feel like when I go to bars, they'll be like, hey, do you have this? Do you have this? Do you have that? Okay, can you put like this? Like, I'm gonna be that annoying person trying to make this like poor bartender make me this like agua de Valencia because I'm like, it's just so good. It's just so good. But yeah, so we explored the city. Super cute, super like just beautiful, truly beautiful. There are these like towers. Oh my god, I forgot the name. I forgot the name of the towers, but it was like a €3 to go up, and the view was so beautiful over the city. We went to the beach. There is this port called Port Saplaya, I think. Beautiful. Like, we were there around sunset, so we didn't really like get to see the vibrancy of the day, but I took videos, I took pictures, so I'm gonna show it to you guys like right over here. It was gorgeous. You had like the colorful buildings, the boats, the sunset, and seeing a palm tree because we went Monday, right? Monday, Montreal had a massive snowstorm. There's just something about knowing that back home there's a snowstorm and I'm here enjoying the sunset on a beach in Spain. But truly, honestly, Valencia, beautiful. But going back, Oh my god, there was so much traffic, so much traffic. We thought that we were gonna miss our train back to Madrid, and I was like, you know, I already like wasted money buying another train ticket back. I don't want to buy another one. But we were fine, we were good. We came back, we had dinner, I packed my bags, and I got ready to go to Barcelona the next day. When we went to Valencia, we took a train station in the north of Madrid. It wasn't like super big, so I was like, okay, I don't have to go like super in advance, because the train station, yeah, you have to pass security, but it's not like crazy. Guys, I was so wrong. I missed my train. I missed my train because I underestimated how big this train station was. No, like, I swear to God, I walk in, I see the line, and I look at my phone, and it's like, my train leaves in like 5 minutes. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna try to get in. So I go talk to the attendant at the line, and I'm like, hey, I have this train, it's leaving now. And she's like, oh no, sorry, you can't cut. I'm like, ma'am, please, I'm here, I'm alone. Please, like, I understand that people waited for the line, but it's like, if they have to catch the same train as me, they should have said something, and they should have like passed. So I was mad, but I missed my train. So I had to go to the little like booth for the Renfe, and I bought a ticket. And that's why I said, always go with the train company, because I checked on my phone, I checked on Omio. On Omio, the ticket that I bought, it was going to be for $150, but then over there it was 80 euros, which is cheaper than how much I would have had to pay if I got it on Omio. It's not like a crazy amount, but it's still like, you still save money. So if you're taking multiple trains, makes so much more sense to go with the actual train companies. I bought my ticket, and then I was like, okay, perfect, we are on the way to Barcelona, we're gonna be a little bit late, but it's fine. And then the train was late, and I was about to cry, because I was like, it is 7:30, like it's like 7:45 in the morning. I missed my train. I had to buy a new train ticket. It cost me 80 euros, and now I'm gonna be late to Barcelona. But I was like, you know what, don't cry, you're an adult. You can't even call anyone back home because everyone is sleeping, because it's like 3 a.m. and you can't call your friend in Madrid because she's in school. You can't call your friend that's in Paris because she's at work. Breathe, you're an adult, it's gonna be fine. And it was fine, you know, like, it was fine. I got to Barcelona, everything was perfect, and then we're going to the hotel. And then the Uber driver's like, oh, sorry, the road is like closed, I have to drop you off here. I had to walk with my, so basically what I did is that I brought like my big suitcase, and then I brought like a duffel bag on the plane, because I was like, let's say my suitcase gets lost, I need coats because it's going to be cold, and I don't want to have to think about buying a coat. My duffel bag was so heavy, my suitcase was so heavy, and then I had my little like purse on my shoulder. I was struggling for 5 blocks, but we got to the hotel. She was beautiful, she was gorgeous, and then we went out to explore Barcelona. I've been there before, so it wasn't like anything like, oh my god, wow. I went to like my favorite spots, I walked around, like I basically just did a lot of walking. I watched the sunset kind of like on the harbor, and then I went back to the hotel, watched it from the roof of the hotel. Do you see these pictures? It was beautiful. I read my book because I was like, I'm so sleep deprived by catching this 6:45 a.m. train on Monday to Valencia, of being at the train station at 7:30 today for Barcelona. I need sleep. And like the next day I was catching a train for Toulouse, and I was like, I'm not gonna miss this. I'm actually gonna be so mad at myself if I miss this train. So I went back to my hotel. I was in bed at like 11. No, I was in bed at like 10. I was like out at 11, and I was like, I'm not gonna miss my train tomorrow to Toulouse. Everything's gonna be fine. Guys, oh my god, I was like, it cannot get worse in Barcelona. It did. It was kind of my fault, but it truly was not, and I'm so mad. And this was when I almost reached my breaking point, where I was like, my eyes teared up because I'm like, I'm losing my mind. I actually want to call my dad crying. So Wednesday I woke up. I was like, okay, you have to leave latest this time. Give yourself an hour in the train station. I made my train. It was great. I had my coffee, my little pastry, my breakfast in the train station. Boarded in my train, super comfy, like a new remodeled train. So it was like super fancy. Amazing experience. And then I was taking a connecting train, as I mentioned, Perpignan, this little town. Guys, like, I was gonna say driving, no, not driving, being on this train, passing through the, I don't know what the mountains are called in English, but the Pyrenees, like the mountains between Spain and France. The view on it was so beautiful, and you were like at the perfect angle where you had like the mountain, but the like little like peak tip of the mountain, you had like the little, like as if it was like a drawing, the little thing of like snow at the tip. It was so cute. It was just cute, you know, it was so cute. But yeah, I get off the train in this train station and I'm very confused where to go, right? So I go up to wait for the trains, and on the TVs it was like, I guess like lane or the train track that the train is going to come on is going to appear within 20 minutes of the train arriving. So I was like, okay. I was like waiting, and it's getting closer to when the train passes, but there's no like attendance for tickets to like ask. So I was getting like very confused, but I was like, you know, let me just like go look around, right? And I kept on like looking at the screen. I was so confused. I almost asked someone, but I kind of like didn't, because I was like, I don't want to seem dumb, because I feel like other people would realize if the train, if there's like an issue, and no one seemed like they realized that there was an issue. So I was very confused, because basically in Spain, the lanes are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I was expecting a number, not a letter. That only very last minute, 5 minutes before the train passes, I see, oh, it's F, because I didn't realize that the letter was delayed for my train. So I'm like, shit, I need to go down here, pass underneath, and go up on the other side. At least on this one side there was an elevator, and I'm like, okay, it's gonna be late, but like I'm gonna have to rush, but I'm gonna make it. Then I cross under the train tracks, and then I want to go up on the other side for F. The elevator is out of service. I wanted to cry. I was like, there's no way. So I'm just there trying to lug my massive suitcase up the stairs with my gym bag and my purse. And then thank God a security guard upstairs sees me, and he's like, oh, do you want help? I'm like, please. We get up there, and then I see people waving to the train, and then I ask the guy, oh, is this the train that goes to Toulouse at this time? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, I'm supposed to be on this train. And then I see the train starting to pull out, and I wanted to cry because I had missed my train, when I literally told myself, do not miss your train today. So I almost teared up, but I asked the guy, like, okay, you know, I have this ticket. Do I have to buy like a ticket for the next train? And he was like, no, it's fine, you can just like show this. There is this one train that, because this was like 10:20, let's say, right? He was like, you can wait until like 11:15, and then there's this train where you can take it. It connects in this like small town, and then from there you would go to Toulouse, or you can wait until 12:15 where there's a direct train. And I was like, I'm just gonna wait for the direct train, it's gonna make my life easier. So I'm waiting in this train station for like 2 hours, and then it's getting closer to when that train is supposed to come. There's no like lane on the TV yet, but I was like, you know what, it's probably gonna appear like soon, because it's still, there's like 25 minutes before the train passes. But I was like, let me ask the person at the ticket booth if like I actually do not have to buy a ticket. So I go up and talk to her, and I'm like, hey, I missed my train this morning, and I was told this, blah 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 blah, do I need a ticket? Like, I just want to make sure I understood properly. And she's like, oh, the train at 12:13 got canceled. I wanted to cry because I was like, I've been waiting in this train station for 2 hours in the middle of nowhere, France, to get this train to go to Toulouse, and you're telling me that it's canceled. And she's like, you know, you could always take this other train at 1:30. 1:30. You have to connect in this the same small town from before, and then you can go to Toulouse, or you can wait until 2:30 and then take a direct train. I was like, respectfully, I am not waiting until 2:30. Like, I don't trust it. So I was waiting in this middle of nowhere train station for 3 hours, and that was when like I actually wanted to cry. I was actually losing my mind. I actually wanted to cry, but I was like, you're an adult, breathe, calm down. You can only cry if you're stuck in this small town. No, but truly, I was losing my mind. I was like, I've been here for like 3 hours. I'm sleep deprived. I just want to go to Toulouse so bad. I want to eat food that isn't like train station. In this train station, it wasn't like a cafe. It was like gas station sandwiches, right? So I just wanted to sit down in a nice cafe and have food. But no, I was losing my mind. I finally get on the train, and it was a nightmare, but I made it to Toulouse. I watched the sunset. She was absolutely gorgeous. And I was like actually really annoyed, because I was like, okay, like I lost my entire afternoon. Am I gonna have time to do everything that I want to do in Toulouse? I was so stressed. So I was like, okay, like tomorrow, like fast, do like make your plan, everything that you want to see, and just like you have to rapid fire go to everything. And I actually like how Toulouse is like so small that I was able to do everything that I wanted to do. And honestly, I love the city. Like I would definitely go back. Yeah, I only spent like a full day there and like an afternoon, but it's just so beautiful. Like they call it the pink city because basically everything is in like terracotta brick, so the like buildings look pink, the city looks pink. It's truly a hidden gem in France, and I'm like, I want to bring everyone there. It's one of my favorite cities. It deserves more hype, but also part of me is like, I'm happy that people don't really know about it, because when I go back, it's all like, I'm not gonna hear like tourists everywhere, but I love the city. It's so beautiful. It's just cozy because there's so many like little concept stores, there's so many little cafes, and everything you want to visit is free. I ended up running into a guy who I did a project with back in April, and we were both like, we like walked by each other and we were like, wait a minute, what are you doing here? Like out of everyone, out of every city, what are you doing here? So that was actually really funny seeing this guy. Like we chatted a little bit, you know, it was nice to see a familiar face in like the first city that I went to like alone. I did Barcelona for like one day alone like 3 years ago, but I wasn't like fully in a city alone. Like yeah, I was alone, but I felt like I wasn't, because I was like, oh, this is someone who I know here, so kind of felt like cozier, homier, and also like I know French, so speaking wise I was very comfortable, so it didn't feel like it was like something new, it was like something scary. I felt comfortable, I had a familiar face. I had so much fun, it was beautiful. I went to this plane museum, guys. I had the best time ever. Like I went to Europe to experience art. I saw art in Madrid, I saw art in Paris, but the best museum I went to was this plane museum in Toulouse. Dream come true, literally dream come true. I had my little like nerdy afternoon, and that's actually what I really like about solo traveling, because I was like, I don't have to drag a friend here, because I know that, not that my friends would hate it, because I think it's like a truly beautiful experience. Because I saw a Concorde, I went into an A380, I went into like other old Airbus planes, and just watch this video. This video is like the back, the like luxury, the VIP section of this like plane. You have like an office, you have a bed, you have a little like kitchen bar, and then you have a shower. Like, I'm sorry, a shower? Crazy, absolutely crazy. But no, yeah, I loved it. And there was this cookie store, oh my god, best cookies ever. Overall, Toulouse, honestly, please go there, hidden gem. I'm actually so sad that I only spent one day there, like on my way to Paris. How do I explain it? Like there's not much to do in the sense that it's like Valencia, you know, but actually Toulouse, like I would spend more time there just for the vibes. It's beautiful, there's so much nature, there's like parks, it's just like, and it also kind of felt homey because it wasn't cold, but I saw like color in the leaves. It was honestly a beautiful city. I'm so happy I went there, and I definitely recommend it to everyone. I bought so much, like I did so much shopping over there, and it's like, it's not even like big stores, it's just like little boutiques. Like I did like my main like shopping in Madrid, but these little boutiques, I found some of the nicest stuff. I have the nicest like little trinkets. I actually think I'm gonna bring out a little like travel shopping haul, because I was like, yeah, I can talk about it here, but I mainly want to talk about like the experience, right? So loved that. And I had the cutest little like hotel. I'm gonna put my hotels like down below, because I truly loved all my hotels. It was kind of like an Airbnb hotel situation. Amazing. I had so much room. I loved it. Like I loved everything about Toulouse, and the people there were so sweet, so nice. I talked to my Uber drivers, we had a conversation. I truly loved everything about the city. And then I headed up to Paris the day after. That train, oh my god, I was in the train for 7 hours. I was losing my mind, not because anything bad happened, it was just like so long. But we made it to Paris. I ended up seeing my friend. We did like Notre Dame, we did Saint-Sulpice, which was beautiful, and that kind of has something from the Da Vinci Code, so I took a picture of it, the little like obelisk thing, so that was like kind of cool, like seeing it in person after reading the Da Vinci Code. There's this church, Saint-Germain-des-Prés. I feel like no one talks about it, but it's beautiful on the inside. We went up to Sacre. Oh my god, guys, I need to tell you about Sacre Coeur. Okay, so we were in line, right? We were like, it's a very long line, but it was moving like fast enough that we were like, okay, makes sense to stay in line. And we end up getting to relatively close to the front. There's maybe like 8 people in front of us, we see that like out of nowhere, the security guard is just letting a bunch of people in. So we're very confused because it's not even like these people are like dressed up well for a mass. It's like with strollers, backpacks on their back, so backpackers, and like people very clearly dressed as a tourist. So we were so confused what was going on. And he kind of like knew some of them. He was hugging them, talking to them, but like he also knew who to be like, oh, you have to go in the back of the line, and who to let in. So we were all very, very confused, and everyone was like getting mad, right? We had this like, I cannot place the accent, but I think this like Arabic couple behind us. Behind them, we had this British couple. And then in front of us, it was this guy who was like solo traveling, right? And all of us were getting like very, very, very annoyed. And I think someone asked the security guard, because this was like at least 20 minutes of him just letting in people and our line not moving. And we were like, okay, maybe there's a mass. Even though these people aren't dressed for it, there might be a mass. So we look online and there's not supposed to be a mass until like 6 p.m. and it's like 2. So we're all very, very confused. And then the guy tells us, oh, 5 more minutes of a wait. And we're like, okay, whatever. 10 minutes pass. And he's like, oh, 2 minutes. And we're like, okay, you know, sure, 2 minutes. And this British lady behind us, I forget how she said it, but she was basically like, oh, you know, like he shouldn't be lying on the steps of like a church. And I was like, ma'am, you're actually so right. Because the audacity of this man to lie about the wait times on the steps of a church, I don't like, I've never said this, but I'm like, sir, the devil is coming for you. You should be ashamed of yourself for lying on like holy steps, lying literally in the house of God. Like, you should be ashamed of yourself. But no, yeah, he was like 2 minutes and we were like, okay, great. But then obviously over 2 minutes pass and we're all very, very confused. And these like 3 girls who are at the front of the line talk to him. We don't know what's going on. We just see them talking with him. And then the couple behind them like talks to them. The girls like tell them something and then the couple like leaves the line. So I was like, okay, like let's find out like what happened. So I go up to the girls. I think they're either American or Canadian, because like we had kind of like the same accent, and they were like, oh, he said that there is like Ukrainian mass, it's gonna like wait time is like minimum an hour. And I was like, respectfully, sir, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes. The audacity to lie in the eyes of God on the steps of a church. We were all so pissed. Like, I went back to my friend, I told her, we told the couple behind us, we told the British couple, the guy in front of us, and we were all so pissed off we left, right? And we came back, like me and my friend, we came back an hour later and the line was so much longer, but we were like, okay, you know, let's see if the line moves, if it makes sense to like wait in line. If not, like we'll come back another day. And the line, like, it's like slowly starting to move, but like much slower than before. We're like tired, we're annoyed, we're pissed off, we're cold, and then it starts to rain. You felt like a few drops on your head, and I was like, if it starts to rain, this is actually gonna be my breaking point. It starts to pour. I was like, there's absolutely no way. But we made it inside Sacre. She was beautiful. We wanted to go up to the tower, but it was like raining. It was like super cloudy, super foggy. So we were like, it doesn't make sense to go up for the view if we're just gonna see white. But it was beautiful. It was worth going inside. But oh my God, that Ukrainian mass. And that security guard, because it's like, if you had told us initially at the first place, hey, there's a Ukrainian mass at this time, wait times can be around this if you want to come back later, okay, cool, fine, no problem. But just the fact that you're like, oh, go wait in line, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, and then out of nowhere it's an hour, I'm like, sir, be so for real. But besides that, Paris was great, and I bought my perfume. I'm gonna show it to you guys in my little like travel haul video. I got it engraved, and we were talking to the girl at the store, and she was like, the perfumer is doing an exhibition, I'm gonna give you this like invitation, it's for 2 people. So we're like, oh my God, cool, perfect. Because my friend was like, I was trying to get like the tickets for it and it's completely sold out. So we were like, okay, cool, fun. We go there that night, we show the guy in front the little ticket, and I was like, oh, you know, we got this invitation. He was like, oh my God, yay, we have invitees. I think that's the word in English. And he's like, follow me, basically. He cuts the line. So me and my friend were just looking at each other like, oh my God, like what is going on? He brings us, he cuts the line. He tells the guy at the head of the line, oh, like give these girls their little like booklet because they're invitees. So the guy gives us this little like booklet for this activity. And then he's like, enjoy, and we go in. I have never felt so VIP, so special in my life. And this is like Paris. That's what blew my mind. I'm gonna put a few like pictures over here of the little like exposition. But basically, it was like testing out different smells from this perfumer, Francis Kurkdjian. I love his smells. I've been wearing the Baccarat Rouge for the past 5 years. Did all the smells that he like displayed smell good? Not necessarily, but everything that he set out to create, he made. Like there was this one where it was like, I think he was like thinking of trying to do like the smell of money, the ink of money, with like a hint of like banker tobacco. That is exactly what you got from the smell. Like it wasn't very like pleasant, but oh my god, he like set out, like he nailed it perfectly. I'm thinking, what else did we do in Paris? We just had like so much fun. We just like went around, vibe, we shopped. One thing that I like about Paris is that I've been there so many times that it's like every single time I do a little bit of like a touristy, oh my god, how did I forget about this? Okay, we're gonna go to a big story time. But yeah, what I love about Paris is that I've been there like so many times that every single time I do a little like touristy thing, but it's mainly going there for the vibes, just to like chill, get a coffee, shop, have fun. But guys, okay, so this was Monday when my friend was at work, and I was like, oh my god, last time I came to Paris, I went to this little like sandwich shop. It was so good. Let's go back. So I went there and I ordered the exact same sandwich that I ordered before. I don't like walnuts. I tried walnuts when I was like younger, like at least over 10 years ago, and I was like, I don't like walnuts. I think that last time that I went to this sandwich shop, I was like, oh, can you take the walnuts out? But this time I didn't do it because I was like, okay, I'm not gonna like overcomplicate this person's life. Like I'll just take them out myself. So I start eating my sandwich and I kind of like forget to take them out. I kind of eat a few and I'm like, meh, not bad, but not great. So I eat a few, I take some out. It's really like some I eat, some I don't. Maybe 30 minutes after eating, my eyes are like really watering, my nose is like running, I'm like constantly sneezing. So I think, okay, it's just like cold outside and I'm like sensitive to the cold, to the temperature change, because I was somewhere like so hot a few days ago and now it's like cold. It's probably that. And then I'm like really crying. My eyes are so watery. So at some point I'm like, okay, this is kind of insane because it's been going on for a while. My thing is like, I don't want to smudge my makeup. So I open the camera on my phone just to make sure I don't have like makeup smudged here. And I see blister like pouches on my nose, right like here and here, and I'm like, what the hell? So I was like, am I having an allergic reaction? And then in my head I'm like, okay, it's like right after I ate, so am I allergic to walnuts? I eat pistachios very often, I eat almonds very often, and I don't eat hazelnuts by itself, but like I have hazelnuts gelato, I have Nutella a few times per year, that it's like I wouldn't know if I was allergic to a nut. And I know that I'm not because I can eat other nuts, but apparently if you're allergic to peanuts, you're allergic to all other nuts, but you can be allergic to a specific type of nut and not the other ones. I have not tested my theory out. I have not tried walnuts ever since, but I was like, I think I'm allergic to walnuts. And it's like figuring out that I might have a food allergy when I've never had allergies in my life. It's just like seasonal allergies. Realizing that I might have a food allergy when I'm alone in a foreign city, I was like, well, what do I do? What do I do? At the beginning, I was like freaking out because I'm like, what the hell is this? But then I went to the pharmacy. I was like, hey, do you have antihistamines? Because this. And I think I might be having an allergic reaction. She was like, yeah, you are. Take these and it acts fast. You're going to be fine. Thank God it was not like a severe allergy and like I could breathe just fine, because that would have been like scary, because I was like, I don't even know the number for like 911 in France, like in Paris. So thank God everything was fine, because that would have been a super scary experience. Plus also I'm like, what does my travel insurance cover? Because I said like I don't have any sicknesses, I don't have any allergies, and it's like if I have an allergic reaction, is it gonna cover any like it's not gonna be a crazy medical bill, like obviously, but it's like, okay, like, you know, people normally know what they're allergic to, and it's like I did not know about this allergy. Like, would they say, oh, okay, like, you know, like it's an allergy, you should have known about it, we're not gonna pay? I don't know, but I was like, I don't want to find out the ins and outs of my travel insurance. Like, as I said, like so much bad happened that I'm actually so confident that I can solo travel like anywhere by myself, because I had to deal with all those problems from the train. I had to deal with an allergic reaction. Like, I think I'm good. I think I can handle a little language barrier. So that was my little like story time spiel about my trip. There's nothing really to learn from this video. I just want to like chit chat, and I was like, let me just like tell you guys about it because it does kind of explain where I've been. Like in my little life update video, I mentioned like, you know, I was like, I went on this trip, but I was like, I'm not gonna spend the entire video talking about it. Like I want to do this like this whole other video, kind of like more little life update where I'm like actually explaining things. And I don't know, let me know what you guys think because I like having these little like life update videos. And I like talking about things that I do and like trips that I take, but I don't think I necessarily want to vlog when I travel because once again, like I don't want to view my trip through the lens of a camera. Like, yeah, I'm gonna take my pictures and stuff like that, but I want to experience things. I don't want to be thinking about like the shot and doesn't look good and like B-roll and like footage. It's like, no. One day if I want to take pictures, I take pictures. The other day I don't want to take pictures, I don't want to take pictures. Like I don't want to feel that pressure. So I think like future times when I travel, it's going to be little videos like this where I chit chat, tell you about things that are going on. Like obviously if there's a moment that I want to vlog, like I'm going to vlog, I have my camera with me all the time. But if it's like a solo trip, I'm less likely to actually vlog little clips because I feel like it's also a safety thing, you know, when it's like if I'm alone walking around with a camera, it's like, okay, she's like obviously a tourist, like she's like it kind of puts a target on your back, you know, which is like I don't want to think about that when I'm like solo traveling because once again it's like I can't just call someone from Canada be like, hey, I need help because we're literally an ocean apart. But no, yeah, I'm actually so happy I did this. I had so much fun. My favorite city I would say is Madrid because I also spent so much time in Madrid, but if I had spent more time in Toulouse, I think I would have said Toulouse was my favorite. But honestly, Toulouse was the hidden gem I did not know about. I'm just literally telling everyone, go to Toulouse. It's so pretty, it's so cute, you're gonna love it. Definitely recommend if you're going to France. Like it's such an easy place to go to if you're going to the south of France, if you're going up to Paris. Like yeah, it's more south, but I feel like it's so easy to get to. Like normally from Paris it's like 3-4 hours, but there was like not road work, train railway construction that we had to take like a longer route. But normally it's like super fast. It's super close to the south of France also. Very easy to go there. Please go there. I promise you're not gonna regret it. All the places that I mentioned and like everything that I did, I'm gonna link it in the description bar down. Not link it, I'm gonna write it or put a few links in the description bar down below. So again, if you're planning a little trip to any of the cities I went to, you have like some ideas. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little like chit chatty video about like my life, I guess, like my life, my little trip. If you want to share any trip that you did, definitely leave a little comment in the comment section down below, or send me a DM on Insta. My Instagram, TikTok, and Goodreads are all linked down below in the description. Yeah, that's pretty much all for me today. So stay safe, protect your vibe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys.